So, over the past few days, there's been a lot of rumblings, a lot of rumors surrounding Ilia Topuria and Islam Makhachev's next fight, and that it's going to be against each other. And in my predictions for 2025 video, which so far a lot of them are not hitting, I predicted that Dagestanis will go undefeated in title fights, but rather this year is actually the downfall of undefeated, or this is the downfall of Dagestanis, and Umar already lost, and they're 1-1 in title fights because Islam just won his recent, free title defense. And I said undefeated fighters will go undefeated in title fights, and already one of them lost. So there goes that prediction. However, it now appears one of my predictions will at least become true. Not fully, because part of my prediction was Topuria first rematches Volk, defends versus him, and then fights Islam later in the year, but I guess he's going to fight him right away. It seemed like the original plan was to have Volkanovski at UFC 314 get his rematch with Ilia, but Ilia decided, nah, screw it, I'm going up in weight, I'm not cutting this weight, I'm fighting Islam. And I mean, this is going to be a huge fight. Part of me kind of doesn't want this fight to happen right away. I want to see Makhachev fight an actual lightweight contender, because if Islam wins, he's going to beat another featherweight, and then fans are going to further, dismiss Islam's, win, because yet again, he beat another featherweight champion, another featherweight, even though Ilya is huge for the featherweight division and cuts a lot of weight. I want to actually see him up against the legitimate lightweight contender. He already fought Moicano, who didn't deserve it, but Moicano got it because of circumstances, because Arman Sarukian had to blow out his back last minute trying to impress Nina Drama. But I want to see Islam fight Charles Oliveira, or Justin Gaethje, or reschedule the Arman fight. And I would like to see Volk get his rematch. But you know what? I guess this sets up the potential for Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez for an interim title. And Volkanovski has a chance to prove himself in the meantime that he's not washed up and that he can beat a scary up-and-coming contender. And also, this sets up the possibility, a chance for Holloway versus Oliveira too. And it's rumored that this fight between Ilia and Islam will take place on International Fight Week. It's also rumored that John Jones versus Tommy Aspinall will be an International Fight Week. So could you imagine a card where the main event is John Jones versus Tom Aspinall, co-main event is Islam versus Topuria, and then the feature fight is Max Holloway versus Charles Oliveira too? That card would be huge. And I mean, International Fight Week events are usually always big. They're usually always stacked. So you know what? Even though I don't want to see this fight right now, in general, I do like this matchup. And honestly, I do kind of worry for Islam if this fight does happen. Because for as good as Makhachev is, he's the greatest lightweight of all time. Topuria just has that style. He has that style. He's so dangerous at featherweight. And I think he might be better in the lightweight division. He's definitely going to hit harder. Topuria has good takedown defense. He's got a lower center of gravity. He has good Brazilian jiu-jitsu. So even if he does get taken down, I don't see him getting easily submitted like Renato Moicano. I think he'll actually be able to defend submissions like Volkanovski was. And I think he might actually be able to pose resistance up against the wrestling of Islam in similar ways to what Volk was able to do in their first fight. And if that's the case, I think striking-wise, Ilia might be more dangerous for Islam than Volkanovski, because Ilia Topuria has better boxing than Volk. He's more dangerous in the pocket than Volk, and he has more knockout power than Volk. He has that one-hitter quitter, and we've seen Volk, who is a bit powerful but not that powerful. He was able to rock Makhachev a few times, wobble him, drop him. And if it's Ilia Topuria up a weight class with his smaller man's skill, landing those punches on Islam, I worry that Makhachev might go down. Now, Makhachev has shown a good chin. He took shots from Poirier. He was actually able to outbox the boxer in Dustin, but that's because takedown threat was a factor. Will it be that big of a factor against Ilya? We'll have to find out. I mean, I'm not saying that Islam can't strike with Ilya. He's very technical. He's got a good 1-2. He's got a good jab. He's got a good counter left hand. His defense is very solid. His kicks are very solid. Like, he can win some striking exchanges against Ilya, but for how long? How long until Topuria eventually gets in and gets off one of his big bombs on Makhachev? And it's not like Ilya swings haymakers or that he's sloppy. Ilya is very technical with how he closes the distance, with how he puts his combinations together, and he's very, very accurate. So I worry that Topuria might actually be the one. He might be the chosen one to take out Makhachev, and he might be the next two-division champion from featherweight to lightweight, like Conor McGregor. He might be the second featherweight champion to become a lightweight champion if this fight happens. I'm not saying I'm picking Topuria to win, but I'm saying he has a very, very solid chance. On paper, Makhachev should get the job done. He should be able to do his thing. Makhachev is very gritty. He does have heart. And in tough fights, he's shown that he's able to pull through and find ways to win. But either way, this fight will be nowhere near as easy as his short notice fight with Volk in the rematch, or the Oliveira fight, or his last fight with Moicano. This is going to be a very, very tough fight, one way or another. Islam could maybe edge a decision, or maybe he could catch Topuria, because Islam himself does have power. His counter striking is good, and if Topuria gets overconfident or careless with how he closes the distance, Islam could maybe catch Ilya. Ilya dips his head a lot, and he's very good at timing knees up the middle. His knees are pretty dangerous, and he can maybe land one on Topuria's chin. He can even land a head kick like Jai Herbert. But ultimately, either way, I can't wait for this fight. It's going to be a good fight. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and who do you guys got winning? Topuria or Makhachev? And would you guys have rather this fight happen right now? Would you guys have rather Islam fight another lightweight contender first and Ilya, defend his belt one more time? Let me know. Subscribe, and peace out.